As Gamescom continues, more and more information seems to be coming out, this time all about Starfield, a game I'm very much looking forward to. Let's talk about what they've shown. Before I do, hit that subscribe button, hit that bell, trying to get to 100,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Thank you to everybody who has helped so far. So real quick, brand new Starfield information, totally unexpected, happening during Gamescom. Another thing that probably should have been at least teased on the Xbox stage that wasn't, but here we go anyway. We got to look at 3 new cities. The cities are Aquila City, I believe is how it's said, Neon, a Pleasure City, and New Atlantis. Now, these were shown in mini vignettes, we'll call them, showing concept art with some motion added to the scene. It's a really, really interesting way to sort of reveal it, but it also goes to show just sort of the variety of places that you're going to be visiting while you're flying around in the world of Starfield. So, and actually, when they were doing the behind the scenes stuff earlier on, I do remember them showing some concept art. I didn't go back and look and see if it was redundant or duplicative of what we've seen today, but it is cool that we got names and information about each of these locations, right? So the first location is Aquila City. It looks a lot like Earth, but basically it looks like a town and it is surrounded by a wall. I'll tell you why in a second. Some of the details they talked about in the video is that it's a capital of the Free Star Collective. It is a loose confederation of 3 distinct star systems. Many different people who believed in freedom and individuality live in this location. Freedom is like one of their core tenets of the location. And they're walled in, and outside are the Ashta. And the Ashta are aliens that are a mix between a wolf and a velociraptor. So for me, when I think walled city, I think walled in. I think about Fallout 3. You know, you go to, I think it was Megaton, right? With the nuke in the middle that you can detonate later if you're evil like I was. And I got vibes of that from this location. Just very, they have an ideology that they're just so connected to. And the fact that we have cool looking aliens that we can start to imagine the lookout of outside of this place, it's really, really interesting to think about. Very excited to see more about Aquila City. What do you think a wolf and a velociraptor mix look like? I don't know, but I bet they look real cool. The next location was Neon, aka Pleasure City. It looks like an oil tanker with that's sort of like above water, and it was adapted to be prettier. And as we learn more throughout the trailer, we sort of figured out why. So Xenofresh, they built a fishing platform in a nondescript location. And as they were collecting fish, they actually found one that has psychotropic properties. So now they sell drugs. Basically, they were able to take the fish and then make them into drugs and then sell the drugs. And the drug is called Aurora, and it's now only legal on Neon. I'm guessing there's side effects. Drugs are bad, okay, kids, but in video games, they act as interesting plot devices. So people come to try it and everything else on Neon. So you can sort of extrapolate a little bit more information about the location based on that fact. So they are originally just going to be a fishing platform. The fishing platform now basically becomes a drug farm. And to me, it looks like they've adapted the whole location to be like Las Vegas. I'm going to guess there's gambling here, things related to pleasure. Take that for what you will. And just, you know, sort of a do whatever you want location. Everything's great. Everything's grand. But I'd be willing to bet that we're going to discover that there's a bit of a seedy underbelly. The fact that the drug is only legal in this location says that, you know, there's some moral ambiguity as to the reasoning behind it. Sure, it probably makes money for the location and it probably brings in a lot of clientele. But is there more going on there? Is there another level to it that we haven't explored? This plot device has been used in a lot of games, and I'm curious how they are going to tackle it. Like, do they show people who are addicted to the drug? Are we going to try and liberate the area? Are we going to interfere with what's going on here? You know, even Star Trek has talked about this, where one planet makes a drug and the other people get addicted to it, and then they're like, they get into like a dispute about it, and Jean-Luc Picard has this. My point is, the story's been told a lot of times, and I can't wait to see Bethesda's take. The final location is New Atlantis. Let me know if you've seen that episode of Star Trek. Anyway, the final location is New Atlantis. It's the capital city of United Colonies. And by the way, all of these are narrated by Emil Pagliarulo. I apologize. I probably said his last name wrong. I bet he said it in the video too, but I'm reading notes. So yeah, he's the design director and he narrates all of these. And for this last one, it says it is the most powerful military and political faction in the game. The city is a melting pot of every race, created an ethnicity, and it's a reflection of our future world. So I would guess that this location is where you're going to get the good guns, get the good armor, and where you're probably going to go to get certain missions that have you go to other locations. Like, just ideologically, a place like New Atlantis is probably going to have something to say about a place like Pleasure City. Maybe Pleasure City is like their Las Vegas and they all go there and party for the weekend, sort of do whatever you want. It's whatever the island was called in Pinocchio, right? So everybody goes there, they party, but do they go too far? And I have to wonder if those two locations are going to have some drama between them. Aquila City seems like they're just like the almost not nomadic because they're walled in, but just sort of free thinking location. Because they say that individuality is a core tenet and freedom is a core tenet of their beliefs. So just seeing these, the three different ideologies of the location. So military, political, freedom, individuality, and pleasure. So those are the three core tenets of the locations that we're going to be visiting. And for me, that just like has the ideas in my head popping off about, are these factions, are they going to be fighting with each other? Is there going to be any cross storytelling between these locations? Is there anything else that we learned in the original piece of content that might be interesting about how these are going to interact with each other? I mean, Aquila City, maybe they've walled themselves off and they've formed their own ideology where they think the other places are bad for certain reasons, or maybe the other places have affected Aquila City. Maybe there's no relation at all. Maybe there's just these branching storytelling things in each of these spots. But what's really exciting is just the ideas that start going off in your head about the potential of what these locations could be. I think that's one of the fun things about pre-release, where you can start thinking about this stuff, but always be cautious because you don't know what the actual goal of the final product is going to be. And then finally, Starfield, again, is one of the 2022 games coming to Xbox. And if you look at just both platforms and PC and all the stuff coming out in 2022 is going to be an insane year. All the games moved to 2022 basically because of COVID, because of all the stuff going on. And we just have a stacked year no matter what platform you play on. And that's kind of awesome. Lots of great games for everybody to play. Starfield will probably be the one where I get lost the most. It's giving me Fallout 3 vibes. It's space travel, one of my favorite genres to explore, and I can't wait to see more. What did you think about these teases? Let me know in the comments below. And before I let you go, please hit that subscribe button, hit that bell to know when my videos go live. This one's a little late because I was so exhausted. I've been like burning the candle at both ends, right? I passed out and I slept for like 12, 13 hours. So feeling rested this morning, hopefully making more sense than I have in my last few videos. And it's really, really good to see everybody again. If you want to become a member of this channel, support this channel, memberships are turned on. It's a thing YouTube offers. Hit that button, hit that join button if you're interested in that. And I do have a merch store. I really like the coffee cup and I like the pillow. And as you can see, I'm getting work done in this room today. So a busy day for Destin. I'm going to get out of here and I'll see you for the next one. Bye for now, everybody.